'cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave.
On June 11th, 2025. Let me give you a few key details here. $100 million. That's the damages so far. Arrests, 717. Injuries, casualties, we don't have yet. We're trying to get them from all the cities, but we do know that at least 16 officers have been seriously injured so far. No number on civilians. The media is going to try and tell you that this is peaceful, and I can tell you that's not the case. And we're going to prove to you tonight that it's not the case because we have boots on the ground right now in Los Angeles, in New York, in Austin, and we can go live to any one of those places tonight at any given time. And we also have footage coming in from undercover units, so live, but we can't broadcast them live, in DC and Atlanta. And we'll be covering this on Saturday, too, the No Kings Day. We'll get to the money behind it. Saturday at 6, I believe it's 6 p.m. Eastern. And it is a little bit crazy. Before we get to anything else, by the way, we are streaming to YouTube for 45 minutes tonight, just so you guys can see what you're missing over there on Rumble. And we know that most of what we'll be doing tonight can't be covered entirely on YouTube. So head on over to Rumble if you're not there yet. This is almost to the day exactly where we were 5 years ago when we just said, hey, this is history in the making. We have to be there with all of you live when the Summer of Love kicked off. For those who don't remember, this is 5 years ago. We weren't planning on doing this, but I think like a lot of you, I was staying glued to the screen. We're going to have some drinking game rules and try and make this as fun as possible while our country is at the worst point in our history. And I couldn't believe the coverage. I was watching CNN, and I hate to say it with Fox News too, no one was calling balls and strikes. CNN last night was trying to cover these protests as though they were peaceful. By the way, that's before... That's when the powder used to be yellow, so it looked like a Simpsons character. Yeah, I apologize. It's not the same time in this country. Maybe I appreciate this more because I've been here since 2008 on YouTube when there were no conservatives, when there were no Christians. It wasn't a thing. It was all edgy atheists. Where we thought the best we could expect would be some pockets, some enclaves with young people who wake up a little bit, become more right-leaning, liberty-minded. It's entirely swung the other way. This is not going to go how the left thinks it's going to go. Their messaging is falling on deaf ears. We're going to fact check all of it. We're going to cover all of the mainstream outlets tonight. But if you look back then, Black Lives Matter, when that kicked off, 61% of people supported it. The American public do not support the left today. They do not support the invasion that we've experienced. As a matter of fact, they overwhelmingly, this means America at large, support not only stronger borders, not only deportations, but the way that they are happening right now. You, the American people, have made it very, very clear. Back then, there was a lot of white guilt. You don't have that anymore. You don't have that anymore. Summer of Love 5 years ago, 2020, you all had to be intimidated into silence, where if people protected their own property with their own guns as their gates were being stormed, they would be put on trial. Today, there's an overwhelming number of you, many of whom didn't even vote for Donald Trump, who are saying this can't happen. So I want you to keep that in mind when the left tries to tell you that this is peaceful, or that Donald Trump inflamed this, or that this was Mexico's land. We're going to get through all of that. But 5 years, what a difference we see. And I want you to look back and think, you know what, if we didn't have the election of 2020, and I don't care if YouTube gets mad about it, stolen. If we didn't have the COVID scam, and I mean the dealing with it, the response, not the slightly worse than common cold, if we hadn't been put through that ringer, we wouldn't find ourselves at the moment today where we can all laugh and know that we are part of the majority. And you know what? And by the way, popularity, right? A poll doesn't make right. But this has always been right. And now, because of you, because of everything that we have been doing, sometimes people say, oh, just talking doesn't make a difference. Yeah, it does. The culture in this country is forever changed to a degree that I didn't even anticipate. Where tonight, we're going to have our drinking game rules. We are going to have the best coverage on earth right here. And the promo code is RIOT. You get a discount if you join Rumble Premium. Mug Club is now Rumble Premium. Rumble Premium. You get it?
The thing.
Where we get to sit back, laugh, cover it, and have boots on the ground because of the resources that we've acquired, thanks to you and your support, not a foreign caliphate. We are in a very, very different spot. So please share this out wide. Let your freak flag fly. Let everybody know that this is the place to tune into and experience history. Again, it's repeating itself, but through a very different lens tonight. And enjoy that win and rejoice that rule of law, if it's not back on the menu by tonight, it's going to happen very soon. And you can actually share this experience and actually share your opinions with your fellow neighbor. That's a huge difference. So we're going to get to that and more live tonight. But first, enjoy this ditty.
Baby, I'm back. Yeah. Bet you wish that you could have term 3. 'Cause there's only so long till the White House is without me. They say the best team I put together. Oh, what a solid pick I made with JD.
I will never take for granted the trust you've put in me.
Big time wins, and we are just at the start. Start the deporting. Stopping World War III. Oh, baby, I'm back to save us from insanity. They tried everything. The f***ers even went and shot me. MAGA is back. Yeah, bet you wish you could have term 3. There's only so long till the White House is without me.
You know it's down, we own the land. MAGA came back to save us from insanity.
David's being sexy.
They tried everything. The f***ers even when he shot you. MAGA came back. Wish we could have term 3. 'Cause there's only so long till the White House.
Click Rumble Premium and join now for $99 annually or $9.99 a month to get the entirely ad-free experience and an ever-expanding roster of content, creators, and free speech. Glad to be with you. At this time, it is 8:10 Eastern. And again, those numbers are $100 million in damages so far, 717 arrests, and we don't have the injuries or casualties. But CNN, of course, is covering this right now, trying to make you believe that it is mostly peaceful. We just saw the Latino gentleman with blatantly gay face. The promo code is RIOT, and you can join Rumble Premium. You get $15 off. For those of you who are new, that's where you get the entire thing ad-free, and you get 100% more show every day. Friday show, you get Nick DiPaolo, you get Mr. Guns and Gear, you get Donald Trump Jr., you get it's the best one-stop shop that exists, and it's $99 a year or $9.99 a month. If you want to just try it out, that helps too. And I guess you get it for $75.99. Yeah, the math.
I don't.
Wonderful hand-etched
74
mug.
No? 84.
Boy, we haven't started the drinking game yet, but Captain Morgan, CEO, how are you, sir?
Fantastic. Half a bottle in.
There you go, already. And
show us how you swirl it, Gerald. Show us how you.
Here, right here. Here's this how you swirl.
Yeah.
It's not really
Let me
hard.
see.
Don't get too lippy. I haven't plugged your show yet.
Oh, sorry.
No, I always give it to him. Give it to him. Give it to him. Give it to him.
Yeah, swirl that thing like a toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fine, I'll just drink more.
St. Louis. That's Missouri.
Yeah.
Was a slave state.
They were real adamant about
Saturday,
it, too.
It was a while ago.
June 21st, jfirestein.com for all of his dates. Go show these clubs. Go show these places that you support live comedy, and they'll be booking more people who don't toe the leftist line. Josh Firestein, how are you, sir?
Excellent. Ready to get this drinking game going?
Yep. Oh, there we go. So we have people live, just so you know, today in Los Angeles, New York, Austin, and we have undercover in DC and Atlanta. If at some point I have to duck out, it's because I may have to review or make some game time decisions because we don't want to reveal their identities or whereabouts.
Yeah.
Except for one. Lane is in LA. So that brings us to our...
He's at the corner
that brings us to our drinking game. Well, he's tall, Aryan.
Yeah.
He's clean-cut, white, and fit. Of course they know he's a conservative.
Yeah. Earlier he was like, hey, there's this guy, this Korean guy. He said, hey, be careful. They don't like conservatives.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how do you know? Oh, you look like it.
Yeah,
sure.
And he asked the guy, he said, how did you know that was one? He said, please don't insult intelligence.
Come on, the guy.
So the drinking game rules, we haven't done this in a while. You will hear this bell and you drink anytime tonight. The word peaceful is used.
You just used it.
Well, there you go. Anytime there is a confirmed fire. Anytime you see someone wearing a mask. Anytime someone blames Donald Trump for the riots.
The mask? Are we serious? This is fucking riots.
Anytime tear gas is used. That's a lot of fun. And then anytime they show somebody crying on the media.
It's crying from tear gas?
And then you finish your drink for two things, actually. If law enforcement or the National Guard, we should say, has a thug life moment, or if Lane the Brain... Or if Lane the Brain is turned into MS-13 squeaky toy. If that happens before the end of the night, you finish your drink. Godspeed, Lane.
Oh, jeez. Stay out of dark areas. And I mean dark alleys like areas. Jeez.
Yes.
We're off to a wonderful start.
And we'll be here Saturday with you because the No Kings Day, which, of course, this is all funded, just so you know, by NGOs. None of this is grassroots. It's AstroTurf. We did have to issue a correction. One of those Craigslist ads last week turned out to not be legitimate.
Right.
So we corrected that on X. Everything else that we said was correct. But, you know, hey.
It was a troll. Good on you.
It was a very, very well done troll. Of course, the masks that we covered were real. And, of course, the money funneling in is real. And, of course, the member of the SEIU showing up, or I believe it was the Teamsters. Those were all real. One ad. Hey, you know what? 25 out of 26 ain't bad.
That's not so bad.
So you can send in, too, if you're on Rumble, your live chats today. Send them in if there's something that we're missing, to be clear. I want to go through a couple of things here. The most common claims that you will see tonight. We're probably going to be here for a while covering this. Yeah. So I just sort of sat down and said, all right, let's see what the media is most likely to say. And I have some notes here. I believe it is... All right, let's go through these. This is what you're going to hear tonight, okay? And I'm setting the stage here so that as we continue to go through it, you can basically call the shots before they happen. The claim that you're going to hear tonight, quite a bit, is that these are mostly, and Brian Stelter did this as well, these are mostly peaceful.
LAPD said in a statement, the protests were mostly peaceful yesterday.
But it is really important to point out that throughout the day, mostly peaceful protesters.
Mayor Bass, Governor Newsom saying they're mostly peaceful. There are some bad actors who, yes, are committing violence.
But it's really mostly peaceful protests.
What are you seeing today? Mostly peaceful?
Well, yeah, I would say definitely.
That's not a real strong answer.
Did you hear Brian Stelter? He's like, people are covering how there are some cars on fire, but most aren't.
Oh, we have a clip of that.
Oh, do we?
Oh, my
All right, let me.
You know what? And most burgers are safe, but not that one.
No, not that one. Especially if it's. I guess there's probably a burger in a car that's Brian Stelter adjacent that is not on fire, so it's safe. Let me just give you some truths here. Of course, no, not at all. I gave you the number, the damages so far. $100 million in damages, 717 arrests. At least 16 officers injured. We have no idea as to the casualties. Over 400 arrests just in Los Angeles alone. Since there was a curfew, I believe that there were several hundred arrests. I know there have been at least 330 illegal aliens arrested at these riots. Just to be clear, it's not 86 arrests in New York. Here's another example. When they say mostly peaceful, here are some rioters. This is one thing people just say, well, they're in small pockets. Rioters in New York blocking people from going to work. Here you go.
That guy is so high.
Oh no, not work.
The only example where the black person's working and the white guy's not.
Look at this line that you guys are causing. I'm not causing no problems. I'm not trying to. We're just trying to leave.
So there you go. And we saw this during the Summer of Love, right? Where ambulances, where fire trucks couldn't get through. And here's the thing. None of that matters. You're violating the law. You're putting me in a situation where I may fear for my life. I don't know if I'm going to get out of here. I don't know if you're just going to block these cars or swarm them. Bang, 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 click, reload, bang. Next claim that you'll see tonight, and we're going to be covering all this. I just want to set the stage. Is it actually, and I've seen this a lot, I've been watching an unhealthy amount of CNN, that President Trump is the one. He's the one, just to be clear, when you see all these riots, when you see all this exclusive footage tonight, when you see boots on the ground, it's Trump's fault. He's the one who inflamed and escalated this.
I think it was kind of inevitable that you would see this kind of confrontation and pushback because they're now going to these workplaces and in heavily Latino working class communities like Paramount and in Southern California.
One of the things that has enraged individuals.
All right, that's enough of the montage. You guys already know it. You guys can go. We'll make the references all available. You can watch all of those clips. Here's the truth. Of course he didn't. Prior to President Trump mobilizing the National Guard at all, ICE officers saw a 413% increase in assaults against them. ICE officers and their family members were doxxed, targeted. Many ICE raids were obstructed, where people were blocking them from doing their job. You know, the job that you elected this president to grant them the authority to do. 1,000 rioters surrounded, damaged federal building, and assaulted ICE officers. LAPD took 2 hours to respond. There have been dozens. This is all before the mobilization of the National Guard. All references available. Dozens of buildings and cars and stores, a lot of mom and pop shops were damaged, including LAPD headquarters, a courthouse, the old LA Times building, Waymo auto taxis. There were many dumpster fires.
Yeah.
And of course, we all know that the left egged us on from the start. We have these clips of Bass, and I don't think we need to necessarily play them. These protests, to be clear, are not organic. If you look at what's happening this Saturday, we'll be covering the No Kings Day. The founders there are Ezra Levin, Leah Greenberg. They founded this group in 2016 specifically to fight Trump. They helped organize the Tesla protests. They get Soros funding. They welcome money from Soros. The organization is called Indivisible, to be clear. There's also another organization, it's called CHIRLA, Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights, who have been providing services, legal services to illegals. They receive about $34 million a year in taxpayer dollars. And just to give you an idea, illegals in Los Angeles rely on CHIRLA for people to report DHS raids because we shouldn't have those.
CHIRLA has a hotline that folks can call if they see a raid. Does the city have something similar where you all can kind of mobilize?
No. And the CHIRLA hotline is the Rapid Response Network. And so CHIRLA is one of the leads for that. And, a lot of the partners are that. And if you all don't know, the Rapid Response Network works as with the public. If they see anything, it's sort of like if you see something, say something, where anyone from the public can call the Rapid Response Network.
And we're going to get a little more granular. The picture will be clear on Saturday, but other NGOs that are involved, the SEIU, of course, Democratic Socialists of America, the 5051 movement, the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Here's the big difference. I talked about this earlier.
Can I just say something really quickly? That clip, she's basically saying that there is a government hotline. See something, say something. If ICE, if the federal government is in your area and they're picking up people who are here illegally doing their jobs by doing that, please call us.
Yeah.
So that we can post that. Isn't a guy getting in trouble for doxing the location of ICE raids that basically set this whole thing off on Friday?
Yep.
They're asking citizens to do that to a public line now.
And then they're blaming President Trump and his voters for inflaming this. And here's the other claim.
It's crazy. It should be, if you see an illegal alien doing something illegal, call the number. That's what it should be.
Like being here. Here's the other claim that they're going to make. It wouldn't make it right if it was true, but it's also a lie. That President Trump's policies are very unpopular. He's inflaming this because he's dividing the country. Here's the truth. They're very popular. They're overwhelmingly popular. According to CBS, 54% approve, not of dealing with illegal immigration, not stronger borders, but specifically of President Trump's deportation policies. If you look at this other poll, I believe from CBS, when they were asked, are Trump's deportations making people, these were the answers, 42% said more safe, only 30% said less safe, no change, 27%. And if you look at these numbers compared to Black Lives Matter, the sort of predicate for the summer of love in 2020, it was at 61 to 67% peak support. It dropped during that period by about 20 points. And today, well, Black Lives Matter decided to sit this one out aside from looting a few Apple stores and maybe a couple of Walgreens.
By the way, did you see the Apple Store footage? So they did go and loot the Apple Store in Los Angeles. And then you saw footage later on of all of the phones basically blaring an alarm.
Yeah.
And their screen was on. It said, please return this phone to the iPhone store, the Apple Store.
Right.
So what do you think you're going to get out of this? A free phone?
And then when the cops arrested them, they're so surprised. Like, by the way, you're not allowed to leave. You're all under arrest. What? We all know. No. Yes, you are.
Is my phone. For what? Those crimes I just did?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
No. I stole it.
Yeah, the phone said please return, so they destroyed them.
Yes. Exactly. And by the way, from Enton over there at CNN, still don't know the methodology of this poll because it's just made up and it's bullcrap, but how legal immigrants in this country view illegals. In 2020, 23%. It was a plus 23 favorable, I should say. Now it's a -6 as far as unfavorable. That's a 29-point swing. And finally, one other talking point that you are going to hear tonight, and by the way, the drinking game rules don't apply while I'm laying the groundwork here. Just to be clear, because you're going to hear this a bunch of times. This is one that you hear quite a bit, and I've seen the left use this, and I've seen some of the bots out there and the paid agitators by watching a bunch of live streams. The claim that they make, and it shows you how paper thin their claims are, is that, well, hold on a second. There's actually there can't be anyone illegal on stolen land because this land this land is Mexico.
Si hacemos el muro, sí lo pagamos. Pero lo hacemos con el mapa de México en 1830.
Remember that California was part of Mexico. All of the Southwest is Mexico.
Play the drinking game.
The roots are really deep in that region.
Yes. Con esta geografía, ¿cómo puede hablar de liberar Los Ángeles y California el gobierno de Estados Unidos?
Come take it back, jerk off.
This is our city, and this was Mexico. You can't get this out of the land that was ours.
We can roll you off.
Mexico's like, you can keep her.
En ese lugar están sentados en lo que ha sido su patria. Los nombres no engañan.
Okay. So here's the truth. When people say that, no, there are treaties that have taken place. We fought a war with Mexico that they started, and we won. Just so you guys know. So I don't know if you know, but that happens in war, and it doesn't give you the right as a neurodivergent, trans-disabled, fat piece of crap in 2025 to justify breaking the law.
Mm-hmm.
We fought a war with Mexico that they started, and we won. And Josh, you actually know quite a bit about this.
Yeah, Mexico lost because they're wearing no plated body armor like that fat slob was. But I know you got some stuff here, but yeah, they always say that this is stolen land. Well, first of all, stolen. No, it was taken. It was conquered. Okay, we got that. That was the Spanish who stole it from the Aztecs.
Right.
And then there was the Comanches who they had a hard time with, and they tried to get U.S. settlers to take care of, and they didn't. And then they attacked the U.S. and then a war started, and then we bought their land and resolve their debt that they had towards us before the war, because we were kind enough to do that. And after all of that's been said and done, Mexico was a country in 1821. We won the war in 1848, 27 years.
Right.
California was part of Mexico for 27 years. Less than Jim Morrison was on this earth.
And that's hard to
I
do.
am older than California was Mexico.
Yep.
Less than one generation of people were California Mexicans.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. Less than one generation of people compared to the other folks in Los Angeles, who are just trying to go to work or trying to be the functioning backbone of our society. Let's see right now what they're saying on CNN. And then I want to get to some montages and exclusive footage because we're still gathering some data on the ground. Again, we have boots on the ground in LA, in New York, in DC, Atlanta, Austin, and we can go live to LA, New York, or Austin. Let's see what this guy is doing right there.
Defense of their country, not to be a political prop for a president who's sagging in the approval ratings.
There's
hearing on the legality will be held tomorrow, federal court in California. Can you speak to
that technically counts as blaming Trump? Bring up the drinking game rules. Let's add to blaming Trump is also saying that he's sagging in the approval ratings because it's just as egregious of a lie. He's not.
I'll take it. That's rule 4. Someone blames Trump. That's in there.
These Marines
We're going to be
are part
really
of 2nd
hammered.
Battalion, 7th Marine. That's an infantry battalion, John, not military police, not logistics. These young men are trained to locate, close with, and destroy the enemy.
Yeah.
And they are doing so on the Marine Corps' premier live fire training facility.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds really cool.
Really, I want to see this.
Come on, stop talking them up. You're going to make us all. All gay.
That's where they use fire maneuver to cordon off a section of a city, to clear the building out, and then to sequentially clear out follow-on buildings.
That kind of sounds like what they need to do with sanctuary cities, right?
I feel like
cordon them off, clear them out, and then make sure that the locusts don't come back.
Yes, I think so.
Gosh.
Use force?
I don't know how many erections I can get tonight.
It's not appropriate in an American city where there is
What happens
no
when you get
quote-unquote
priapism naturally?
There's a few.
I don't know. I keep a Brazilian wandering spider in my back pocket just so I have someone.
Man, they are really mad that the federal government's trying to protect federal buildings and federal operations. That's all they're there for. They're not there to go on the aggressive.
I know.
To go building. He said they went to go building to building. Talk about cordon operations. He's talking about village takeovers. What the hell? Would you just read a book today about it? Trying to read up for this interview?
He reads many books.
That's not what they're doing. They're there. Yeah, I'm sure he's very well read.
Yes.
Not.
It really is
what they're doing. They're just there to protect the things that are federal buildings that have been voted on by California to not protect.
I know. It's absolutely unreal. And by the way, just before, we're going to give you a 3-minute montage so you can see everything that led up to this. But before that, this is just from today. Our boots on the ground giving us an inside look. And of course, just so you know that we have these people as secure as can be. Let's be honest. Things could pop off. Who knows?
Be careful.
But this is some footage from 4 major cities in the United States that was taken earlier today. And we will be going live to these reporters tonight as things get a little more spicy.
We are the people. We are the blood that runs this state.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
Well, this is lovely right here. Very peaceful. Remember?
We're the people that wash your cars and mow your lawns and make your dinner.
The question of the day: who would Jesus deport? If that was a capital L, it might help a little bit. But otherwise, it's an interesting question.
Protest or anything else. You want to just make it ethically wrong, and then you blame everybody else for making violent and everything else.
All right, got Aaron Burnett back here talking to Jake Tapper, apparently, so say hi to him. Wish him luck on his new book. Good to see him. Good to see the media. All right.
You get a job defending freedom, yet you stand here looking for a fight.
All we have to do.
I think that guy's missing a lower half of his face.
Power.
New York is getting spicier right now, too.
Yeah.
We're getting reports on the ground.
Yep, I'm seeing more footage coming in.
Is we start calling in sick for work. And it'll only take a week or two.
For us to replace you, that'll take a couple days.
We charge you with genocide.
Ro-Con, huh?
Mainstream media does not cover Donald Trump attacking the Capitol. They only want to see LA look bad. Let's bring up Capitol. What happened at the Capitol with Donald Trump? Didn't they cover it for like 4 years?
Watch the girl right here.
Yeah. she's like, they did do that. Yeah.
And you know she's not on our side.
No. But she's just like, yeah, he is stupid, isn't he?
You're right.
It was kind of dumb.
Well, so apparently right outside. So that's one of the main hotspots where a lot of the CNN people are. Lane's obviously going to go into some more areas where stuff's happening. But apparently, I'm glad we did send in soldiers because there's a very scary trans individual threatening to beat people up.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, come on. There's that
Let's
erection
see.
again. Not because they're trans, but because, the opportunity to defend myself. The opportunity to beat up, not because they're trans, but because they're threatening. Just roll the clip.
Kidnapper, you. Take your fucking mask off, bitch. Come on.
After you take off the Maybelline.
Come on, me and you.
Oh, jeez.
Take the mask off with the weapon.
Very ladylike.
Come on.
What did she go and pick the shortest guy? Or he? Sorry. I was tricked by those balloon bags.
You missed it. She goes, you're going to get your ass kicked by a trans.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just walk up and you peel off one of those chicken cutlets. Hate crime. These are children who have never been disciplined, guys. They're not that hard to beat up. So the only reason that they're still around is because you are merciful. That's why. And you know what? I'm done with it. I think it's past time to be merciful with these people. Protect your stuff. I get it. The big difference too right now is they're not spreading outside the city. Mm-hmm. They're being smart. They're being smart to do that because you know what? They'd actually have some legal Hispanics. I am very curious to see what happens when they try this in Florida because Cubans don't like illegal immigrants and they don't like Mexicans. They're itching for a reason. And so when you see Mexican flags and you have someone who actually left a persecutory government where they were a political prisoner, I'd be very curious to see what happens when they try and do this in someplace like Fort Lauderdale. But right now, I believe we actually do have on the ground to comment on what he is seeing live from Los Angeles. Lane, the brain ginger snap, can you hear me, see me, sir?
I can hear you perfectly. How am I coming?
Vivek Ramaswamy is running for governor of Ohio. Yeah, how do you guys feel about Vivek? You guys like him? You don't like him?
He's a grifter.
He's a grifter. I don't know if I trust him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I liked him at first. I really liked him at first, but I don't know if I trust him. He's got calling about your extended warranty vibes. You know? Something about him I just don't. But I will say this, if he does win the race for governor of Ohio, I hope he changes the name of the Guardians back to the Indians, but changes the type of Indian. You know what I mean? Feathered dot, one of those things. It'd be great. Raleigh would be a big fan base. It'd be a big fan base here. They have a mascot just waving a lot of fingers around. Every time you steal a base, you get two. You know? For you today, 2 bases. You steal my base, 2 for me. For you, my friend, buddy. For you. I'm doing it just for you. Are you Indian? I'm sorry. Was that funny or was that offensive?
No, it's accurate.
It's accurate. I almost said it in your accent. It's accurate. What is the finger waving? What is that? You have such good fingers. I have such little fucking, look at this. I have little Marco Rubio fingers. Look at these things. They're so tiny. I can't wave them anywhere.
You're coming in fine for me, I believe. There you go. There you go. Look at that. A little bit too much headroom, but yeah, tilt it down. Kind of.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll work.
So we just watched that clip with that trans who looks surprisingly like my alter ego.
We're on YouTube, Lane.
Yeah, we are on YouTube for the first 40 minutes. And by the way, it was a request from Chris at Rumble. He's like, you know what? Really stick it to them.
Yeah,
He's like, break it off on them. Go, stream to YouTube for a bit. He didn't say that, but he requested it.
Breaking something off.
Almost that.
Yeah. Pretty careful. Don't talk about what's happening with the transgender off camera. What happened there? And has that transgender been circulating all day? What are you seeing down there? What do you expect?
Yes, that individual behind me has been roaming around all day. But we've also mostly people out here are pretty chill, but there's been a few agitators. What I've seen a lot is people kind of making the comp to the National Guard and CBP officers behind me that they're race traitors of some sort. I've heard that. That is the narrative over and over and over. Because again, obviously there's a bunch of Hispanics or Latino Americans in the military. And the talking point out here is that they're traitors to their own race. They're stupid. They're working for fascism. That's kind of the line we're seeing. And people are starting to push a little bit, but I haven't seen anything get out of control. Hopefully it doesn't. I have been talking to the LAPD, and he said a couple of streets over, a car just got surrounded by some of the protesters. So I don't see that here, but I think we could probably expect.
Well, there are no cars there. You're in a promenade. Of course, there would be no car there.
Well,
what's going on?
There's some cars across the street.
What's that yelling? Can you show us what that yelling is?
Yeah, Nick, can you follow?
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, let's see. What are they yelling? We're experiencing this live.
Oh, there he is.
The trans?
No, you just passed him.
Oh. And eventually we want you to interview that trans.
I'm scared.
Grab a trans flag from somebody and just signal that you're an ally.
Yes.
So an interesting thing is there's a lot fewer Mexican flags out here than they've seen in previous days. We've talked to people that there's actually been a conscious effort to get people to carry American flags because the optics are so poor.
Let me ask you that. Is that flag behind you? I'm looking at a very small screen. Is that the Venezuelan flag? I can't see because it's waving over there.
Well, actually, the bottom is a pride flag, and the Venezuelan flag is on top of it because, the two really go hand in hand.
Do you think you could do me a favor? Do you think you could go ask them about Venezuela and Chavez and Maduro? I mean, I don't want you to blow your cover right now, but that'd be interesting considering that their people are starving there.
There's a Mexican flag right there, I think.
Oh, there's a Mexican flag.
Yep. Couple of them.
Oh, there you go. That's a horrible stitch job.
Just ask him what that flag is.
Oh, they walks right through.
What
It's not quite Donkashane from
Venezuela? Oh, are you from Venezuela? Yes. Born there. Well, why the Venezuela flag in America?
Because they're under attack.
Venezuela from Maduro.
the United States.
From the United States?
From the United States? Oh, I don't. What's the attack? I don't know.
Venezuela?
Yeah. Which attack?
Being kicked out of the country using an illegal act from 1942.
Oh, so Venezuela.
Salvador.
Right.
To be in law.
Kind of like Venezuela's attacking Guyana. Now, same thing?
No.
Oh. I don't understand. But if they're from Venezuela,
wouldn't discriminated against in the United States.
Wouldn't they want to go back to Venezuela? I'm confused.
No, not really, because if you want to migrate anywhere and you're legal here, it's totally fine.
Right. If you're legal, I agree with you.
100%.
Ask her if Maduro is a big fan of America.
You can look it up.
Do you think can I go with Maduro let me immigrate to Venezuela right now? Probably. I'll see. I may see some good peace I'm going to try it out.
But we're going to hear
So,
cruelty for less people.
Ask her what would need to happen for her to move to Venezuela.
All people.
Would you
we don't need a whole lines of separation like the Nazis did in World War II, like we're doing here. There's separation here, sir.
That's true. Kill the board.
There's separation here, sir.
So I guess,
we're here.
Wow.
Well, now there's an argument between the South African going on. It's actually quite fascinating.
Yeah, because none of them know anything. Well, that man seems to.
She doesn't know who Maduro is.
Ask her what would need to happen for her to move to Venezuela. What would America need to do to make it hospitable?
Can we help make? I think she's really committed to this conversation.
Yeah. Ask her about her Jermaine Jackson glove. Does she look good looking under that mask, Ginger Snap? Like, do you think you could? No.
Hard pass, bro. Hard pass.
She's not
Asian?
That's a very common denominator.
Oh, okay. All right. I was confused by the Miss Universe contestants. All right. All right. Well, lay in the brain. We're going to check back in with you because we don't want to watch 30 minutes on idiots argue about South Africa.
Away.
Oh, well, hold on a second. Maybe now. No. Now bring them back up. Now when they hit the camera, you son of a bitch.
We have not dropped it.
No. I know. Just keep it there. What happened?
That seems. Where are you from? Are you a boar? Do we have to kill you? No. Okay. I don't want you.
Why are you here? They have an issue with why they're here.
Why are they're here? And they're here. I just want to see what's going on.
He just called them savage.
This guy's talking to nobody.
This guy's talking.
He thought he had his moment.
Crazy. I don't know. I'm just here to capture the moments, and I'll let the people see.
Is her bandana, is it like a Jamaican flag into a bandana, or does she just like weed?
Who used a slur?
Who used a slur?
Looks like she's talking to the South African guy.
Well, he's from Africa. He can use the N-word.
But what about 21 Savage?
I love how everything's a joke.
No, that is. It's kind of funny.
Careful. You have the first fat crack meth head I've seen over your left shoulder.
Well, you know.
All right.
There's a lot happening. We'll go back to you and we'll be here.
Okay, well, I'll check back in with you. And careful, they're shifty. They have blood diamonds.
That guy looks shifty. That guy kind of looked like one of the misfit elves.
Yes. Oh, by the way, drink. Someone was wearing a mask. Venezuela.
Like
drink. Drinking
masks.
game rules for those who are watching.
Well, thank God she was.
Anytime the word peaceful is used, anytime there's she said peaceful too. So
I'm not drinking
2 big drinks.
Oh, that's 2.
I've already had too much.
Oh my God.
Play the game there.
And from what I understand, we're getting some more footage from you were saying from New York.
Yeah.
But
So what's happening right now is we've got people from Austin and New York and DC and Atlanta sending us in footage, and so we're kind of splicing it together. It takes a little bit of time, but I'm seeing stuff in New York right now. There were some scenes where a lot more people were gathered. CNN was there. I saw it on their channel just a minute ago. So as that stuff comes in, we'll put it together and give it to you.
Okay, well, really fast, let's go watch Kinzinger here live on CNN. And guys, Mission Control, send me anything that's breaking on social right now, because let's see what Kinzinger has to say.
Carry matter. You know, Alyssa, you mentioned some political peril here for President Trump on the side of the military. But what about where he is on immigration right now?
No political peril.
Because on both his handling of immigration and deportations, the new Quinnipiac poll today, he's underwater.
Yes, and this was
That's
traditionally
what we just gave you. CBS, we gave you YouGov, we gave you Enton.
And tell a massive success story. He could say, I secured the border in 100 days. I did what Joe Biden couldn't do in 40 years. And that's an issue that 80% of the country is with him on. But instead, he wants the shock.
Where's this poll taking, Tijuana?
Mission Control, get me the Quinnipiac info. Get me the cross tabs if you can, and also the history of them leaning left, just so we can show the bias there. Because CBS, YouGov, and certainly Enton from CNN are not biased in favor of Democrats in favor of Donald Trump or in favor of enforcing immigration laws. I'm going to review some footage really quickly, guys, before we continue, because this is going to be coming in live all night tonight. But for people who haven't been following, let me just give you, I think here we have a kind of a mega montage. So you guys can see everything that's led up to this. Tonight, I think if it's not a flashpoint tonight, it's going to be on Saturday. So, for those of you who missed the context or may just be tuning in for the first time, here's what's been happening largely in the city of fat trans angels.
Don't think that somehow, because they called out the National Guard, there was violence. There was no violence.
It's not legal to follow an illegal orders, dumb shit.
Yeah. Call you later.
Oh.
believe that the LAPD has this underhand. They are very, very experienced in riot control.
We are having an administration that's targeting peaceful protests. He doesn't like the scenes of people peacefully protesting.
Hey, you are not free to leave. You are under arrest for Florida IPC. What? You go to cover, nigga. I'm fake, nigga. I know you do, dog. I'll spit in your plate. I'll put my dick on your plate, nigga. Free iPhones! Just show them some respect. Oh, okay. Not just like shouting. Hey, go f*** your mother.
Yeah, because they're arsonists, but they're also stupid.
That's a happy ending for me right there.
It's just like they're so impatient with their felonies that someone couldn't wait to light the gas flame
until the gas can is out of the way.
I know.
This pouring is taking too long.
And,
I know.
Yes, and you can't even chalk it up to like a miscommunication. Like, oh, I thought you had already poured. I thought you had gotten rid of the gas. He clearly sees the gas can
and just lights it up
right there.
Yeah, why'd you give the lighter to someone else?
Yeah.
Keep all lighters away from me.
The first rule of gas canning other people's automobiles is you designate one person with both the gas can and the lighter.
Yes. Wait, are we saying the protesters are unstable?
Yes, they are.
You said it, not me.
I love the idea of the police finding this person the next day. I mean, like, was it you that burned that car engine? And the guy's like, no eyebrows.
Yeah. Yes.
Me? No.
We have an APB for a Latino who resembles the English patient.
He's got Ford emblazoned on his hand.
Yes, that's right. Ralph finds when he looked like Peking duck, correct?
He's still got some embers like Yosemite Sam on his mustache. No, it wasn't me.
He just disintegrates into a pile in a mustache.
I don't know what happened.
Dios mío. We're racist. It's okay. No, we're not. We just don't like illegal aliens. All right, we do have a few clips coming in here. Explain this to me, Jill, because again, we're doing this live without a net. The promo code is RIOT, where you can get $15 off the Rumble Premium membership. And
was muted.
Hey, we don't get to do this without you. The first clip. So we have.
This is just a taste of kind of what's going on in these places. Obviously, we think as time goes by, maybe another hour or so, people are going to.
So I was muted, but I'm not now.
Start to get a little crazier, especially in Los Angeles once that curfew starts to come in and just.
Thank you, XZ, for pointing that out.
Just a little while. So I think the first one that we'll go to is the most recent one they've sent in, chanting about ICE is over there. So apparently,
is this in Los Angeles or New York?
They didn't say that, guys. Let me know what
Los
city.
Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So let's run that.
Okay.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? ICE is over there! ICE is over there! Our flag is over there!
Whoa, you're not jumping up there.
I love how they're wearing their
compliance.
They're wearing their hijab and their fat trans friend. It's like they're dressed like not without my porker.
Exactly. They're in the hijab and they're like, we are used to doing what our men tell us. Yes, we will get down.
Oh, those people aren't Muslim. They have no idea.
They think maybe.
You think they tolerate illegal for crying out loud?
Strong with the force, but not strong with the mute.
You steal an apple, they cut off your hand. And not the crappy one you wipe your ass with, because these are still backwards cultures that live in caves. Your good hand, so you can't eat from the communal bowl, which is also really stupid. They wipe their hands with their ass. Do you guys understand this? Not all cultures are equal.
No.
Ooh, we got 5 people in the poker game. We got a real game coming up. So I'm going to pause everything, and we're going to go right to the poker game. And after the poker game, YouTube's getting shut down. And we're going to go Rumble only.
Like a bidet. They wipe
10
with
minutes.
their hand willingly.
It's practical.
Well, it makes sense because when you do the swipe, you get the nails. It gets all the rest of it. Yes. You only need one swipe. You don't got to go down there multiple times and check. You just go nice.
I never thought of it because I was like, a palm's not absorbent, but the nails, it's an effective scraper.
Yeah, it's like an American Coke addict.
Yeah.
One pinky nail.
Right. I mean,
Middle Eastern, all nails.
I mean, it's a horrible day for their manicurists, but yeah.
We also apparently they're not only protesting the ICE raids. Some of these people are paying attention to the big beautiful bill, and apparently there was a guy in LA complaining about the bill.
Oh, okay. Let's see this.
Y'all just distracting us from that big beautiful bill that's gonna give tax cuts to the rich, bro. But we can't do shit about that. But we can do something about this.
Yeah, what can you do?
No. Yeah, bro. Shoot. Y'all, bro, for real, bro.
Look at the guy next to me. He's like, I'm late for my fishing trip.
You want to get a VA loan and shit, but y'all turn around against your own people, bro. That's a disgrace, bro.
Well, what if they're illegal?
It's so embarrassing, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. I think what's embarrassing is your extreme skiing home VHS Oakley glasses and your douchebag early MXPX haircut.
Yeah, I don't think any of those alpha males are hurt.
No. I do like those, but it shows you that when they're saying ICE is over there.
Yeah.
Don't ask yourself what the left is doing. Ask yourself what they would do if completely unfettered. The only reason they are not at ICE right now, assaulting people, is because of the National Guard and the Marines. You understand that, right? They were saying, let's go over to ICE. Now, the ICE buildings have already been attacked. There have already been, I think the number I gave you was 413% increase in assaults on ICE officers. Regardless of your political opinion, you think that those people doing their jobs, they deserve to be assaulted? You think the people out there doing their deserve to be assaulted? Well, this is why the left is losing the working man. So if the left was unfettered, they would be at ICE. And how long do you think before someone loses their life over their ICE? Because you've been vilifying them as Gestapo. We just heard you've been vilifying them as the Second Reich. So that's where they want to go. Yeah. They're not because of the National Guard, but it's Donald Trump who's inflaming it. Without the National Guard there, people die. And we know because we saw it 5 years ago. And guess what? Americans don't want to see it happen again. Doesn't matter what CNN or bitch boy Kinzinger says.
Yeah. And by the way, the girls that got down, that was actually New York. And we do have just a quick montage of some of the stuff that's going on in New York. Again, no cars lit on fire yet that we know of, but the crowds are getting a little spicier as the night goes on.
All right.
Exit says hi. She says hi.
The KKK's kind of old, guys. That one's kind of gone.
Yeah, and they're Democrats.
It's the same people that say Nazi.
So it's interesting to me because I think what we're seeing right now is crowds are starting to form that are a little bit larger, and they're starting to get like, how long do you think it takes before somebody's just like, I'm just going to do something for fun and just screw around, and then that's when the violence starts.
And not long.
No, it doesn't take long at all.
These are not and this is the thing, guys. You are stronger than them because these people are not willing to die for anything. Let me ask you this, genuinely. If people in your city, if they start coming into your neighborhood, if they start coming into your community, and they started like they did with ICE officers, and by the way, like we saw in 2020, are you willing to die to protect your family? Are you willing to die to protect your liberty? Because guess what? These people had to be paid to show up. They had to be given incentives to show up. They had to be astroturfed to show up. You believe in it more than they do. And the good news is you're the half of the country that believes in it more and elects presidents. It's a very, very different landscape. I do not think that this is going to turn out how the left wants. And I'm telling you this because last time we kind of had to sit back and watch it burn and say, okay, what can we do? How can we mobilize? How can we affect change politically? We were still at that point actually on YouTube constantly being suspended. This is different now. This is about, this is about maintaining your lead. This is about using the momentum because you're on the winning team, not just because it's popular opinion, but it is, but because for the first time in my lifetime, the popular opinion is right. If you're here illegally, you need to go. You need to go. These people are not willing to die to make sure that no one has to go. They're willing to kill in the dead of night with a mask if they know that they'll have cover run for them by local authorities and by their local governments, mayors in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
They are not willing to actually face adversity.
Yeah, you touched her.
Put the pressure on is
felt
what
it.
this administration
you're
needs.
hurting
It's
her.
what you need to do. Unapologetic. Let your freak flag
You're hurting
fly.
her.
And before we go to another, I want to see what they're saying right now on CNN. Again, we're covering all of this live.
Rally-type speech in which you have the applause for the commander-in-chief. We're now seeing the politicization of our military, which is very dangerous for this country.
Secretary Cohen, always a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you very much.
There you go. Blaming Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, they're
Blame Donald Trump. Drinking game rules again. You drink anytime the word peaceful is used. There's a confirmed fire. Someone's wearing a mask. Someone blames Trump. Tear gas is used if they show someone crying, or you finish your drink, of course, if Lane is turned into an MS-13 squeaky toy.
Oh, drink twice because they showed Adam Kinzinger, and I'm pretty sure he was crying.
It's true. It's true.
He always cries.
Yeah, he does. He's a little bitch boy.
By the way, I'm a little frustrated that you're mad that the soldiers are actually cheering our president. You just said that was the politicization of the military. I was like, he gave a speech. They liked that he was a very pro-America president, wasn't basically saying we suck to the rest of the world and let us do things your way. And they were like, hey, this is our guy. This is the commander-in-chief. This is the guy who gets to say, hey, go in and potentially put your life on the line, almost always putting your life on the line when you have to go somewhere. And they're like, we like this guy.
Well, these people are so thrown off by it because they don't know what it means. They don't know what patriotism looks like.
No.
They think they know what it is.
Right.
They got it all wrong. They have no idea. They have no idea these people love that they get to go in and help the city. They get to go and protect these federal agencies, federal buildings.
Yeah.
And that's, by the way, that's all they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
They keep showing the footage of them and going, the mobilization is very dangerous. They keep showing all the footage, and they're just standing there.
Let me ask you this. How do you enforce a curfew? By the way, it was ordered last night, June 10th. We're June 11th. Okay, here's the only way it works. Curfew. Anyone out?
Done.
Immediately arrested. They resist arrest, hit their head on top of a paddy wagon, get them in the back of a truck, send them to the clink anyway. You think they're going to do that in LA? Of course not. So the only way to ensure that Americans are kept safe. In other words, Los Angeles knows that this is violent enough, that there have been enough riots to institute a curfew. They will not enforce it. That's them saying, we know you're at risk.
Did you do it?
And we know there's a chance of serious bodily harm, so we're going to say curfew, but we're not going to enforce it because we don't want to piss off the votes that we feel like we're buying. I hope that's okay. No. This is what your tax dollars pay for, to make sure that your streets are kept safe in the face of an insurrection. And this is an insurrection. You just heard them in New York. There's the ICE building. Let's go. By the way, it's also another example of why we need to bring back, not like real slavery, but like fun slavery. I'm like, right. What I mean by that is those women should be chained up. Whoa. They should be chained up in like Alex Porrero's backyard, like until they prove useful, where it's like, we're just going to chain you up. We're not going to make you till the fields or anything, but we're just going to keep you enslaved until you learn that you can't go attack ICE buildings.
By the way, when they show these videos and these photos of the troops outside the federal buildings, protecting the federal buildings, that's exactly what the Capitol would have looked like.
Right.
Had they taken the National Guard troops that Trump had offered in the first place.
Right.
That's exactly what it would have looked like.
Right. And instead what it looked like was the people at the Capitol going, you want to come in and take a walking tour? Let me wand you down. And then a few people acted like assholes.
The difference between that and this is nobody there was holding Molotov cocktails or fireworks.
Right. That's absolutely right.
And I think people forget, and really quickly, I'm going to do this in just a few minutes. What we're going to do is we've got a sponsor who does reverse super chat for us. And so if you're on YouTube right now, head on over to Rumble. You might get a free Rumble Premium subscription. They're going to give away 50 premium subscriptions.
Can I say one thing
before we go to that?
Just one thing before you continue, too. I know that some of you on YouTube, we don't stream live to YouTube anymore at all. It's 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Eastern, weekdays. We're always there. The Rumble lineup, you can watch it live. And I know that some of you on YouTube, you're holdouts because I wasn't. Download the Rumble app, follow us there. Not only is it user-friendly now, but they have improved it leaps and bounds over the last year. You can listen to it on audio, you can lock your screen, and you don't get a bunch of trash notifications. It really focuses on live broadcast because Rumble owns live. So just give it a shot. Head on over there. We're going to end this pretty soon. Sorry, Gerald.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to make sure people this is your last chance to go over there because we're going to do it in just a minute. You have to be logged into a Rumble account in the chat for it to be able to kind of assign these. It's going to randomly assign it to whoever's watching. It's a free member right now on Rumble when we do that in just a minute. But I want to go back to the comments.
Another hour before the game
people
starts,
are
guys.
happy
Well,
that
I
they're
put it
actually
out
taking
there
this
late
seriously.
'cause I wanted to get
that the
a full
federal
table.
government's actually
Looks like
taking
we're
it seriously.
definitely
Because
gonna
what
have a full
happens in Los Angeles right now, the mayor comes out and basically says this was a peaceful city up until the ICE raids happened,
get to
because
watch all of
ICE
this.
raids have never happened in Los Angeles before. So obviously that must have been what it was. They talked
Still,
about Los
everybody,
Angeles
head over
downtown
to
area.
Rumble.
They've got the World Cup coming up next year. They've got the Olympics, I think, at some point in 3 years, 4 years from now. They are worried about graffiti and damage to buildings in downtown. And people are like, yeah, but I could die. So this is a really big problem. And we just have to go back to that video from 5 years ago. And we look at it, and if I was fast forwarding through to kind of see different parts of the video to see kind of how we covered things. And there was a clip of a kid that
good?
had a hat on that was a Donald
Yeah, he's
Trump
not
red
coming to
hat,
get
if
you,
you
buddy.
remember. And he got swarmed by
abandoned
like
you.
30 or 40 people. And I'm not
sad.
exaggerating at all.
Yeah.
And
All
just pummeled, probably just on his way home in one of these cities because their officials didn't take the problem seriously.
Right.
I don't know what happened to that person. It didn't look good. I hope they lived, but we know about the person who got shot.
Remember
for
how
being a
long
Trump
we heard
supporter.
about Charlottesville? Remember
Yes.
before January 6th, it was Charlottesville.
Yeah.
We saw 20 of those at least during the Summer of Love.
At least.
Yeah, 11 p.m. Eastern time. I thought I said it at 10, but 11's better because everyone kept bitching that I was setting them too close. I was setting them up too close to the start time. We have almost a full table now, but it doesn't start for another hour, so that's good. We'll see if anybody falls out before then, or if we actually get more than one table going. That would be awesome.
At least 20 of those. We saw someone shot in the head point blank for wearing a Trump hat.
Just for wearing a Trump hat. Hey, we got a Trump supporter over here. Turns around. In Chicago, we saw like a lady a police officer being dragged into the protesters like she got snatched in some movie, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, is she going to live? And luckily, one of the other officers grabbed her and pulled her back before. Like, this is serious. Yeah. And I don't think people are playing around this time going like, hey, give them some space to protest. So really quickly, let's do the reverse super chat. So in case you're not familiar with this is where we...
And by the way, Toolman, if we're not... always keep the CNN there in the lower quadrant so people know that we're covering this live. Nothing up our sleeve.
We don't let you guys give us money to chat. You have to be a Rumble Premium subscriber to
don't do super
chat with us. But we do the reverse super chat where we're going to give you, some free membership. So reverse super chat.
There you go.
All right. So folks at Pure Talk wanted to give back. So 50 free Rumble Premium subscriptions are just gifted in the chat. So make sure you thank Pure Talk. If you're one of the people that received it, let us know tonight. Take a picture on social media, tag us on X or anywhere else at SCrowder. And
puretalk.com/Crowder. By the way, I switched to them, and I was with Verizon before. I can tell you, way better service. Don't switch to them from your currently crappy service phone because
use a different phone.
Yeah, you have to use a different phone because I lost service for like 8 hours, which is not their fault. And when you call, you actually get an American on the line. Like I think the last one was Kimmy. I asked her to talk dirty to me, which apparently you're not supposed to.
No. It's also 100% U.S. customer service, veteran-led company, and you can save 50% off your first month at puretalk.com/Crowder. And if you were just gifted a sub, let them know. Let them know how much you appreciate that. 50 free subs for a month, and if you actually enter in some additional information, they'll give you a second month for free as well, I believe, right now. So thank you very much, Pure Talk. We appreciate it.
That's been Reverse Super Chat.
I didn't know Midwest was live.
Hey.
I was doing that off camera. I didn't realize the stinger was so fast.
It is. It's a really quick surprise.
They caught you this time.
Yeah, I know. They caught me. They caught me.
Pop it.
I'll go to the New York Post. You said we have another clip? We have another clip, and if you're watching on YouTube right now, you should head on over to Rumble and watch live. And of course, we're going to be with you Saturday. We will have a show tomorrow. We will.
Go ahead and move it to the left side, right side, left, right. Go ahead and move it, go left. Eat it up, don't leave nothing left. Go right. Shake it down, we gon' do it all night, baby. Shoulder shimmy. Go and show them how you do it with your body.
Yes, I said plug my eyeball.
Everybody give Callahan some love, guys. Here we go. I'll drop his link. Hop in there, hop back. Give him some love and come back to me.
The LED eyes, Tim. Jesus Christ, get your mind out of the gutter.
What the hell is that? Just knock something over? You jacked it there? No. Hey. Love you, baby. Here we go. Half the dogs are following her to bed, so.
Oh, they had a good conversation. Right on. Guess it's going to be another ramen noodle with freeze-dried veggies in it tonight. Welcome back, AC. How you feeling, buddy? Oh, we know, Eggsy. He already came in and told us, but good to know you didn't go lay down, that you ran off the docks, asshole. I do, Ron. Freeze-dried scrimps, 2 different kinds of freeze-dried mushrooms. I got freeze-dried scrambled eggs, got corn. I've got, what are they? Japanese fish cakes.
All right, if he's going to be mean to Eggsy, I'm going to leave him. Everybody check him out. Let him know you're there.
Yep.
We're going back.
Ramen Day.
We'll have a show on Friday for those who are Rumble Preview members, but we will do a special stream on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. The No Kings.
No Kang.
I guess we was No Kangs Day protest.
Only princes.
Good night, you thugs of New England. You Crips of Wales.
It doesn't have the same ring.
No,
I appreciate the effort.
You know, they're doing it on June 14th. I don't know the significance of that. Maybe it's because it's Flag Day. It's the birth of the U.S. Army. I don't know what.
Also, Trump's birthday.
Oh, Trump's birthday.
Ooh, Eggsy, explain the rule of 2.
Oh, because of the parade.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's why they're doing it. Because
Have him explain the rule of 2.
I was going to say, if you're going to do a No Kings Day, what better day than July 4th? But they're probably all going to be busy at their barbecues and having fun.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. So apparently we have a video of some unhinged behavior from a quote-unquote protester in Los Angeles that Lane just sent. And
if you're watching on YouTube, you're going to have to run to Rumble because halfway through this clip, we're going to end it, and we're going to stream as long as it takes tonight. Probably be a few hours. Lane, it will be turned into a squeaky toy. Just depends if it's from MS-13 or if he has to go to a basement apartment later on. Let's watch the clip.
Trying to cling to a democracy here. It is not fucking normal. You guys are exploiting this mask creep ever since the fucking pandemic. They're like, oh, the pandemic lets us wear fucking masks. And now we have secret fucking police. And now we have fucking secret police in this.
Oh, he's mad at the riot police for wearing masks? Like he thinks that's new?
If you fucking have any integrity, mask off! Mask off! If you're doing the right fucking thing,
we can't hit you with rocks in the face.
Yeah.
We can't dox you with your masks on.
normal.
If I can't look like Rob Deerdeck's grandfather.
Whoa. What the hell is that guy doing in the background with a kid on his shoulders just a second ago? Did you see that?
There's another one.
It was.
Wait, hold on a second. We'll rewind. What did he say? You what? Rewind it.
Rewind.
We're off YouTube.
Any integrity, and you wear the fucking flag, that shit's against the fucking uniform, fucking flag shit. And
flag?
You're not allowed to have a flag?
Police shit is
flag
the
is he
most
wearing?
un-American shit. We are fucking living through the fucking decline of our democracy, and you assholes
He's got a vast
are
vocabulary.
fucking making history. Masks
There's a crown on his hat. He can't. No King's Day.
Hey, Mission Control, bring me up some images of riot police wearing masks like 30 years ago. I mean, any timeline you guys want. Just get it in within a minute, please, because they think it's new. So
okay, so really quickly, I think Lane's calling in with a bit of a. Okay, never mind. He said there was a bit of a standoff going on that it seems like it's calming down now. They were trying to come in. But yeah, no, that's the dumbest thing I've heard. The people are like, oh, if you're doing the right thing, just take your mask off and wear a name badge. Oh, okay, we've seen what happens. It doesn't matter if they're doing the right thing. You could just go online and say, this is one of the ICE people. Here's where they live. And here's this person's name and face. Like, of course you're going to dox people and try to harm them.
Well, Mission Control, bring up the person who had to apologize for doxing ICE out there. The sign, what was it? Sign,
the Los Angeles guy?
Yeah, the Los Angeles guy had to apologize because then they started going after his family. So send that up. And do we have a picture of the riot? There you go. Ah, look at that. Ah,
good old Detroit.
Yeah, no, it's new.
Yeah,
this is what.
Yesterday.
Remember, I told you the left, they accuse you of doing exactly what it is that they're doing. You guys are cowards wearing masks. Well, they wear masks because people try and kill them. You wear masks because you're bitches.
It's crazy. Look at this on CNN really quickly. The most dangerous immigrants arrived in 1492. Oh, shut up.
14. Oh, I get it. First, I was thinking Irish.
Wait. I'm sorry. Was that the Spanish?
Yes.
Was that the fucking Spanish? We formed New Spain that turned into Mexico in 1821 and then became California in 1848. Fuck yeah!
Hey, maybe she's right.
Oh my God!
I say finish your drink because Josh just had a historical
amazing
thug life moment.
That's right, baby.
Hey, I'm out of beer.
I'm out of beer. I guess we better keep our eye on those Spanish.
Better watch out those Spanish immigrants. You can tell they're speaking Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, hold on a second.
They named their cities after them, like Los Angeles.
Yeah, I know. It's like, hold on a second. Yeah, or was it? They have San Diego. Okay, San Francisco. We're getting pretty close to Santa Maria. We got the Pinta, the Nina.
The Santa Maria, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I know, but it's like all the ships.
Yeah,
they're all Spanish ships.
You know what's funny is one of the cities in Southern California is named after the general that lost that war, Santa Anna.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he lost twice actually. He lost in Texas. The Texans captured him.
Nice.
They let him go because they're nice Texans.
Yeah.
Then he lost again to America.
Yeah. Did they kill him that time?
I don't know if they killed him. I don't remember, but. But yeah, he General Santa Anna. He was
like forced a little ass play upon him. Something.
I don't think so. I think he might have gotten killed by Mexicans.
Wow, you gotta be wearing those Spanish.
He changed hands 75 times in 50 years.
Speaking of Spanish, here's a Spanish guy with gay face on CNN.
The police are allowing them to stay there, and we'll see.
Oh my God,
it's what happens. But
he looks like Caitlin Collins. He's talking to her right now.
It looks like Nicholas DiPaolo.
Things have been pretty much there hasn't been a lot of eyebrows between the protesters and the NYPD.
I accidentally crumpled up my drinking game rules.
Those
I was the same thing.
What we saw last night. Shimon, keep us updated.
Shimon, that is absolutely his name.
Wow. That's a made-up name. He went for an interview at CNN, and they're like, "Now, do you have your papers?" He said, "Yes." I said, "What's your name?" Shimon.
No, his parents were just big Michael Jackson fans.
Shimon. What's your last name? Bagone. Shimon Bagone. Shimon Bagone. Can I have a job? They said yes.
You know that guy that was yelling at the police? You know that he's either not with someone or the person he's with it cowers in fear at home.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Well, they accuse the rest. Let's see. Is this the LAPD chief? Yeah. He's on CNN right now with Harry Forum's Caitlin Collins.
Accountable for their behavior. We're out there. Our role is to protect everybody's First Amendment rights. And a lot of people have come out and respected that and expressed their feelings in a peaceful way.
Absolutely.
But once nightfall comes in particular, we start to see others come out who are intent on violence and intent on disruption. And
can I just tell you something? I'm so tired of this shit. Because you know what? There were Tea Party protests that had taken place during the day, during the night. They never became violent. What they do is they go, a lot of people, when I shot Detroit in Ruins in 2009 or 2010, just so you know, the only person who was willing to go and film with me, Detroit, was my father. We had an entire production crew back there. There was a place called PJTV. They're like, I'm not going to Detroit. And part of our strategy was to film in the morning because we knew that the drug addicts were still asleep. So just because they haven't rolled out of bed at the crack of 3 p.m. doesn't mean that it's peaceful. Like the standard is not hey, it's peaceful until the sun goes down. Well, what matters is they feel like they have the cover of night and they commit acts of violence because that's when they can get away with it. And these people are vampires. I don't care.
I was gonna say you could replace that interview and put it into a vampire movie. Like, yeah, the streets are mostly safe during the day, but at night, that's when the blood-sucking immortal monsters come out.
Yes.
And you have to put crosses on your doors.
Yeah, exactly. And you have Tom Homan just like, I don't know, I'm not afraid of vampires. Put a fucking UV light on it. Put a UV light on it, they turn to dust. I'm not afraid of vampires.
Let's get some crosses and some garlic.
I was more afraid of Wolfman because I don't know, you got to kill him. Some people say silver bullet, but I also hear that shit doesn't work. I got to go back.
Tom Homan looks like he has
side.
garlic breath.
I'll be back in a little while.
Just resting garlic breath. He just talks and vampires.
And I would still let him cuddle me.
Yeah,
Oh, CMS in Detroit.
And so basically,
I don't think you have a choice in it.
Very
to be
bad.
honest, Stephen.
That's the chief of police that basically said at LAPD, he said that he would have to reassess the situation, but he also sent this email out to all of his police officers.
Yes.
We got some.
We were able to confirm this.
Consider using phrases like, I hear your frustration. I'm not part of the immigration action. I'm here to make sure everybody stays safe. Basically saying that the cops need to reiterate. And Seattle PD did this as well. I saw that police chief doing it. Where bring that back up.
Bring it back up.
Basically saying like, hey, we're not here to do any immigration work whatsoever. We're just here for public safety. It's
you deserve to feel empowered. If you need to take a step back, talk it through, or decompress, please reach out to a supervisor, peer support team member, or our BSS staff. No one should carry this alone. No, you should carry it because it's your fucking job. How about that? If you don't want to do it, don't fucking go into the police force. Remember Uvalde, who like, man, no one knows what kind of what would you do? Well, you know what? I didn't take the job. It's not my job to go in and save children's lives. They did. Their entire pay is hazard pay. That's the whole reason. So no one should have to carry this alone. Actually, yeah, you should. Yeah, you should. It's your job to enforce the law. You should. That is not a letter that should be sent to police officers. Do you know what you get? You get officers kneeling with Black Lives Matter. And then you get thousands of casualties, including officers, and $2 billion in damages. Hey, how about you care about the people who pay you to do your job through their taxes and aren't breaking the law?
Yeah. And listen, I understand DF.
All right, here's my son. He's hilarious. This is my oldest son. Shit. Where'd it go? Replay.
That shit crank. She said, baby, let's get married at the mall. I said, look, you need to crawl for your ball. Come and meet me in the bathroom stall. And show me why you deserve to have it all. That shit crank.
It goes from this.
Ain't it, Jay? What she order? Fish fillet. Your whip so cold. It's okay. Act like you never know how motherfuckers like this again. You girl, grab my hand. Pussy inside. Get up with that fire. Homie, please don't move. Oh, when I cruise up in your home, put the gun on all your homies.
Escalation tactics to make sure that you're safe. That's a different thing. But here's the deal. You need to go out. You can say the exact same thing. You could say, listen, we are doing our job on the streets tonight. There are people that don't want you to do your job, and we are here to stand together to make sure that we protect the citizens of this city. Also, here are some de-escalation tactics if you think they are useful. If not, you have a utility belt. Go to it if you need to. And that includes sticks, that includes tasers, that includes tear gas, that includes, guns, whatever you need to use. But that's an empowering stance instead of we're just gonna back up. Do you think the National Guard got that email? Do you think the U.S. military got that email? When you guys go out on the streets tonight, I just want you to know you're empowered, and we're going to you shouldn't have to carry this alone. They're like, would you just shut up and let us do our jobs?
Yeah.
We know how to handle this better than you do, apparently.
I'm sorry. Like, if you're not okay with being shot at, and if you're not okay with criminals not liking you, you shouldn't be a police officer. Also, if you're a bitch who can't do pull-ups, okay?
Yeah, and I understand that, the job gets hard.
Yeah.
And you gotta do, you have to do things to help your guys. It is an emotionally taxing and mentally taxing.
But you know what?
And physically taxing job.
Yes, but this is one that shouldn't be.
But that email, to me, feels like they're saying, hey, just let people know, hey, this isn't us. It's the feds.
Yeah.
It's the feds. Go there.
Right.
We're here to protect you guys. Go get the feds.
Yeah.
Yeah. This also
And then
isn't one
they
that should
go,
be,
why? We don't even need we don't need the National Guard. We're fine. ICE needs them.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, yeah, dude, because you guys are saying go get them, not us.
Yeah, this also shouldn't be emotionally taxing. For example, is where there's a standoff and you have to shoot a lady who maybe has a kid in the house, or you have to go take a mom away because she's an unfit mother, and you're like, oh, this child might go into the foster care system, and that's it. It shouldn't be emotionally taxing to go, hey, you guys, stop rioting. No crimes. Hey, you can't loot that Apple store. Bang, 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 bang. That's not the emotionally taxing kind of, okay, gray area judgment call.
Sorry.
This is what you signed up, is enforcing the law. Is it illegal to block traffic? Yes. There should be no moral quandary.
Yeah, I was
you shouldn't be conflicted. Is it illegal to be here illegally? Yes. Then you should make sure that law enforcement agencies, whether local or national, can do their job. Is it illegal to set a fire? Yes. It's tax, but this isn't the kind of thing that should be taxing for a police officer. And I don't want anyone who finds that emotionally taxing to be a cop. I don't. I really don't. It's like we're at that point now. We've just let people who have no business being cops.
Yeah, you guys are going to burn this place down. You're probably going to hurt people if they come out against you.
Yeah. You can hear this and watch other things with me.
Started to I don't know if he got in their way or what he did, but they drew guns on him. So we've got a clip of that really quickly if you want.
Oh, I hope he gets shot.
Well, I don't know if he does.
Drink refill.
Bueno.
Maybe that guy in the gray shirt there.
Yeah, drunk-looking guy probably. Tan pants.
Okay, so police are obviously trying to get through. So they're trying to clear them out so the cars can get through, right? That's what it looks like.
Arrest them.
Paintballing to the nuts.
Don't let them get that close.
No.
Oh, there you go. This is our land. Everybody drink. That's them saying Mexico.
It was basically never your land, dumbass.
No. It was the song. This land is your land. This man. Okay, no.
I do support the midriff top.
He saw her too.
And again, that was our footage, right? So this is, I don't know.
This is all our footage.
Lane, be careful. The sun's still not down there. And it's
the sun's still not down.
Starting to get a little spicy. So,
by the way, when the sun goes down, little known fact, the original song from Kenny Chesney is when the sun goes down, I have sex with guys. That was his first lyrics. Well, they said Kenny Chesney, don't do that.
Kenny.
That's why he wears that hat.
When the sun.
Oh, I love how,
down.
by the way, I can feel it. This mug just came out of the dishwasher because the handle is warm.
Yeah.
So nice warm beer.
We'll be banging.
Does it taste like Finnish?
I don't know. Let's hear. Let's see what.
Nothing.
Finnish, isn't that a brand of detergent?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Maybe I don't have the.
I don't know.
I
was thinking of a Finnish sauna.
No, I think you were.
no.
Because warm sauna. I thought
You're always thinking about the Russian banya.
Yeah.
It just happened.
It's at 210 degrees. All right, let's see what they're talking about there on CNN. With by the way, I'm very worried about Caitlin Collins tomorrow because tomorrow is a full moon. I think she's going to be broadcasting doing. All right, let's see.
Throwing, I believe, of Molotov cocktails. We've seen that now more than we usually see in these types of demonstrations.
Oh, did you? You saw more of it?
Further, so it's dicey for our officers out there. But again, we're going to stay the course and ensure that Los Angeles is the safe city that the residents deserve it to be.
Chief, it's great to have you, and I know you're incredibly busy. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you'll come back soon. And thanks for giving us the time tonight.
Absolutely. No.
Thanks. Hey, question: why do you got a man voice? Sweetheart.
Great to have you, R. John Miller, and also the former Deputy Director of the FBI, Andrew McCabe, retired Major
Oh, my
General
God.
Command,
McCabe.
Still him.
Oh, how many bitches can you fit in a room?
former Assistant U.S. Attorney Ellie
They're
Honig
trying.
as well. And, of course, John is sticking with us. Just in terms of what we're seeing here, General, and what you heard from the police chief there, I thought it was quite notable how he was describing the situation and also saying they don't really have a clear line of communication with the Pentagon about what the National Guard, what their clear responsibilities are supposed to be.
It's very disappointing.
Okay, let me tell you, it's very clear. You guys need to do your job, right? You do your job, and the National Guard and or Marines, they leave. You do your job and bring peace to the city. They're there to make sure that the city is peaceful and that none of the streets are obstructed and that all the taxpayers can do what they need to do to get their work done, make sure their families are safe. In other words, any disruption that's going on, you need to get rid of. Otherwise, they will. It's that simple. You don't need, what do you need, a tin, you need a Folgers can at the end of a string? Hello, hello, hello? What are you doing over here?
No,
We're making sure you don't suck at your job. Oh.
They don't need anything because California state law and Los Angeles law says that they are not to cooperate with immigration police,
right?
With ICE, with anything immigration law enforcement.
Yep.
So they don't have to tell you shit.
Absolutely. Well, and not only that, but let me hear what he has to say because the drinking game rules, by the way. And the promo code, if you're watching right now on Rumble, is RIOT. You get $15 off Rumble Premium. Let's see what he's saying.
Overuse of force.
That's too much rouge.
I love how the police chief said we would not even be asking for the normal California Guard under normal circumstances at this point.
I mean, Andrew McCabe, a lot of this has to do with what the president was saying
because
today.
They don't want to protect
he feels
ICE.
like he learned his lesson from when he never
They
called
don't
in the
want to
National
protect ICE.
Guard
They have
his first
state
term.
law, an act.
Yep.
Of course they wouldn't call the National Guard. They don't. They want ICE to be run out of there. They are hoping that some of these ICE officers literally get killed. I am convinced of it.
Let me ask you this. So 810,000 illegal aliens in Los Angeles County. Let me ask you this. California loses any and all illegal aliens. Okay? All of them gone. I think that maybe puts some electoral seats at play. Certainly some local politics seats at play. What do you think? What do you think happens? That's just 810,000 in Los Angeles County. How many do we know how many we have in California? I don't know how many millions, but quite a few.
Loses any and all.
Do you think that affects? Do you think that affects the culture, the fabric of the state? Do you think that affects the voting bloc of the state of California? Remember, it was pretty consistently Republican up until the 80s, and they still had a Republican governor in the 2000s with Arnold, and I use that term very loosely. 20 million over the last 4 years have flooded into the United States. We know that California receives usually the most. It's usually California, Texas, Florida. I think California is a top state. Why do you think? And let me read this for you, too, just so you guys know. And all references are available, link in the description. California is a sanctuary state by law. The California Values Act of 2017. It ensures that state and local officials don't assist, meaning do not assist the federal government in immigration enforcement. And then Los Angeles City Council voted to become a sanctuary city. So it's a sanctuary city within a sanctuary state. Keep that in mind.
That's like an illegal turducken.
Yeah, exactly. Which, by the way, is very overrated. And if you guys, they cost taxpayers $31 billion in California every single year. $31 billion. So before you get to any, this is another 100 million at least.
What did she say?
Before you get to any of the violence, of the deaths, of, ambulances being blocked, EMTs, guess what? It's $31 billion.
Yeah.
Screw them. Screw them. I mean that. Screw them. And the number of illegals who were arrested in a one-time LAPD sting, 2024, who had charges for murder, homicide, and assault against was 26. That's in one LAPD sting. So when they do their job, which they really, 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 really don't want to do and are not empowered to do because it's a sanctuary state and a sanctuary city.
Yeah, I know.
The LAPD caught 26 murderers and child abusers. Hey, what if we made that? What if they caught 2,600? Because there's at least that many. What if they caught 26,000? Because there's at least that many.
Yeah.
There's at least 26,000, guarantee you, child traffickers, abusers, and murderers who are illegal aliens in California. I would bet my lineage on it. They caught 26. One time in a sting in 2024. Why doesn't anyone care about that? Let me ask you this. We have to be empathetic to the people who are here illegally and they're just looking for a better life. Okay. How do you do that In other words, how do you maintain this position of not deporting them while stopping sex trafficking? More slaves on Earth than ever in recorded history, 42 million. Most of them sex slaves. How do you not deport, not seek out, not allow ICE to do their job and get rid of the sex traffickers? Just that. Can anyone comment? By what method? It's not possible. So I'm not going to hear the empathetic thing. I'm not going to hear that argument used. You don't care about child sex slaves. There are millions. I guarantee you 6 figures in this country, if not 7, of child sex slaves because of illegal aliens, traffickers, coyotes.
How is it possible? I mean, when we said that the other day, I think it was maybe 2 days ago on the show, there was a 2017 bill that made the entire state a sanctuary state. I'd not heard that before. I was like, sanctuary cities. I mean, you got to be a pretty big a-hole to have a sanctuary city, but this is a sanctuary state. It basically says in the fine print, like, we will not let any resources be used for immigration enforcement. How about this? How about, instead of, having the sanctuary state, how about every single time a driver's license is issued, you confirm 100% bulletproof that it's a citizen getting it, and that's the only person getting it. And if they get pulled over for any reason and they're not a legal citizen, they immediately get arrested and you make a phone call. How many crimes could be prevented if you just did that? I'm not saying go knocking door to door. I'm saying as these flies come to you, you go, hey, are you a citizen? I've pulled you over for speeding. You've been arrested for theft. Whatever the case may be. How much money would it save the American taxpayer? How many crimes would it prevent? How many one life, if it could just save one life, how many one lives could it save?
Yeah.
If they just did that.
Right.
They refuse. Right. On a statewide basis.
Well, let's hear again what they're saying on CNN, and then we are going to be continuing to check in with our boots on the ground. They're sending in footage. It's going to get crazier. Yeah. But we also do have, as a safety, Thomas Finnegan in a little bit. But first, let's go to CNN. Yeah.
Happens, and if it's a repeat of what we saw last night.
Oh, thanks, CNN.
Well, what happened last night? You said mostly peaceful.
Of the military.
You said mostly peaceful. Do we have the clip, Brian Stelter? Because they were saying mostly peaceful. It's somewhere. Clip Brian.
Yeah, one of our dogs just kind of went after the Maine Coon, so I had to settle that. Did you hear that? Yeah, he's in the cage. Yeah. Freck smacked him twice, and he went after him. He's locked up.
Brian Gay, son of a bitch.
What?
I said he was literally just sleeping on the bed.
I know. That's why he's sketchy,
You're really lucky. Gotcha, bitch. You're really lucky that I'm your boss and I find insubordination very funny.
I do actually have the clips.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't fuck with my Maine Coon. They cost way too much money. Sorry. Especially when you're a guest here.
All right.
On one level, protests are always about images, about spectacle. You might even say it's about theater, and we are seeing that play out in LA. And I think it's valuable to have that perspective as we see some of these pictures, especially as we zoom out and we recognize that the unrest is isolated, is not overtaking the entire city of LA. LA is home to millions of people, most of whom are having a normal day here on Sunday.
Large group of people. It could turn very volatile if you move law enforcement in there in the wrong way and turn what is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn into a massive confrontation and altercation between officers and demonstrators.
Think about that argument. Look, sure, there are some cars burning, but most aren't. Okay.
Well, he has
if
to.
If I give you a hoagie, and I say it's 99.9% hoagie, the 0.1% is cyanide. Are you eating the hoagie? Are you eating the hoagie? It's about the one serious violent crime, and in this case, $100 million in damages and over 700 arrests across the country. That's enough for people to be concerned, right? If someone says, hey, here's a bottle of pills to get over that infection, Gerald, and
thank you.
They say, but one of them is a poison pill, and I'm not going to tell you which one. Do you take any of the pills? Because that's the risk you run driving down any street in Los Angeles.
Depends on how high the pill gets me.
Well, If Steven made the pills, then I know all of them are poison.
One of them is the.
I honestly think that that gift that they have set up for that, it's Josh's body with Stetler's face.
Ultimate high. Because it's death.
So we have a clip. I don't know if these guys have it yet, but there's a New York clip about things getting a little.
Make sure you say one from our people,
from our guys. Yes,
from our guys
so
on the
this is
ground.
from our guys on the ground. So
I'm sorry if that's Josh's buddy. If I'm Josh, I'm getting paid for every time they play that.
this is kind of the situation right now, is that everything has started out relatively peaceful. You obviously have some people yelling, doing some stuff that's not super crazy. But in Los Angeles and also in New York right now, it seems like tensions are starting to build and starting to rise. All right. So we're starting to see people. I don't have this clip yet for you. I've got it in. I've got it.
Well, if you don't have it yet, it's
sorry, I forgot.
I mean, what clip? Why did you get? You just
No,
you looked like you were about to.
I did.
You looked like your pants were about to split. You went.
I thought I said it for 10.
I had to fart.
Which is probably good.
When I start drinking beer, I have the farts.
Our new sponsor, Colon Cleanse, when you have to fart. Sorry. They're cutting it right now. I thought, for some reason, I thought this was the channel where
we have a clip that we skipped.
Yeah, Maine Coons cost a lot of money. Yeah, missing remote. Purebreds, yeah.
Gerald,
Did we?
looks like from Los Angeles.
Okay.
This
Yelling
one's a
about
huge
class
one.
warfare.
Okay, cool.
All
right.
If
Here we
he
go.
comes back and he settles down, I'll show him how big this motherfucker is.
You guys didn't have a bed.
He's over 25 pounds.
Look at you slept on cots. You had Costco pizza. That's what the government thinks of you.
Costco pizza is
generally
awesome.
under
It's
budget.
pretty good,
People
yeah.
Probably aren't in beds.
Costco pizza is delicious.
It
From
doesn't
being in the
matter.
military.
These people are deployed to
That's what I said,
protect the society.
I agree. I'm thankful for that. Yeah.
I mean, when you can play on ice, literally staying at the Garden Inn Hilton in Arcadia.
Mask, drink.
They could do for you.
Mask, drink.
Tickets, right? That's the class war we're talking about, dude. You're not with them. You're with us.
If I had to guess,
dude, if I had a choice between Motel 6 and a floor,
can I ask you a question?
Floor.
Actually?
Nah, because I kind of know what your vibe is.
Well, you have a vibe too, so you can ask me a question.
My vibe's the same as everybody else here. Yours is the one that's different. So you're good. You're the vibe that's different. Get out of here.
The non-freak vibe.
Norwegian Force Cats. But yeah.
It's a weird way to go about it.
Explain to me what you believe.
Same
I'm
breed.
not
Sorry that they're making you do this.
I'm here for the conversation. What do you
Maine
Well, I
Coons
don't
are
like
just
the
breed brought over
communist
here.
talking points, so I'm generally against communism.
That's not a communist.
Well, a class war.
I didn't say class war. I said class solidarity.
Well, where does class solidarity come from?
Class solidarity comes from the fact that you shouldn't, by peaceful means, you shouldn't be doing things that.
He doesn't know.
Sorry. Class solidarity
Whoa.
is the idea that you shouldn't be doing things violently or non-violently
We already heard that.
that trades against your own financial well-being.
But that's a
What?
Marxian idea.
Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, that's.
Can you stop? I know you
Yeah.
learned from Charlie and all. Guys,
I
can
did
you
not.
talk?
Trust me, I did not learn from Charlie. Can we agree on one thing? Charlie sucks.
The basic point is that these dudes right here are closer to an immigrant than they are to Donald Trump.
Well, a lot of
That's
them probably
all
are
it is.
immigrants.
Claire,
Lane's
lay in the
killing
brain.
out there.
Charlie.
Good job.
Charlie Kirk does not suck.
Well, no, he's got to maintain his cover.
No, I get it. He has to maintain his cover.
Yes.
Yes. Lane is more upset that Change My Mind was taken verbatim and changed to prove me wrong than I am.
Right.
He's
Some
like, how can you? I'm like, whatever. I mean,
flawed.
Candace Owens literally did a Change My Mind. It's like we were the
and
people
she
are going to
changed
copy.
no one's mind.
I'm excited for the clip to come in where they go, people like, you probably learn all your stuff from people like Steven Crowder. And he goes, Steven Crowder sucks.
Oh, good.
can't wait.
I hope there's a rooster crowing 3 times.
So I do now have the clip of kind of New York and tensions kind of rising again. We're going to.
Okay. And guys, you gave me the wrong. Can I get the good beer?
What did you get?
It's the wrong one.
It's not.
We have some of the ones that you and I like.
Well, then I want one of those too, because this wine sucks and I picked it.
I know, and it's about to get wild and woolly.
And
everybody,
business, Gerald.
I'll also take another one, please.
yeah. I think we either have the. I don't want there to be a shortage. The M1 or the F1, but the M.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you
guys
want.
get it.
Yeah.
They just came in. They're just like,
What is that,
she
like this?
threw the beer at me with a warm handle.
M or F? What is this, milk or formaldehyde?
Oh, stop it! You and your prostate talk. Let's go to. Before that, actually, I forgot. We have a funny. We have a quick from our buddy Benny the Jet. A quick ditty about the ice riots. A quick song.
Oh.
Let's do that, and then we'll see the clip.
All right, I got it. Well,
No, Gerald drinks good wine. He's a sommelier. Well, they're moving the gate. We'll see what Val's doing.
I bet you thought that was a Wolfman, Caitlin Collins. It was actually
we have our own
one of our
Wolfman
producers.
He's looking at.
I'm not going to lie to you. I was checking on some clips that were coming in that I missed that clip that we were just running. Just give me a recap, because there's a lot of moving parts right now. We have people in Austin, we have people in New York, we have people in Los Angeles, and we have people sending in packages in Atlanta and DC. So it's a lot to operate, but we also do have our safety. Through
that whole incident with the dog and the cat, the pug is just laying here dead. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Ivar. He just opened his eyes. He knew I was talking about him. He's just on his back.
Let me know when we have
less about that.
Yeah, we do have
our safety. I care a lot about
Mr. Finnegan. Let me know when he is ready for me to go to him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's. I think he's trying to call in. We could run a stinger, and he should be called in by then.
Okay. All right. So this is our safety. Again, it's not one of the. He's not one of our on the ground exclusively tonight Mug Club Undercover, which is supported by you. But Finnegan is on retainer, and so we do have. I believe our intern keeps walking in and out. It's like a milkmaid with alcohol.
A lot of beer.
Well,
all right.
Needed his milk.
Let's go quickly to Finnegan. All right. Finnegan, what are you seeing out there?
Still calling in, right? Yeah. Wait, what?
What the?
What the?
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing here? The riots are out there. We were supposed to send you out to.
You can't smoke in here.
I think we should.
You want me to go there?
Yes.
Okay.
I want you to go there.
Now?
Oh, tomorrow, egghead. Yes, now. Go ahead. Now. I guess Stenger.
Okay.
Jeez.
I should have known by the smell of Benson and Hedges.
I don't even know they made those anymore.
I don't think they do. I think he stocked up like JFK did with the Petite Upmans when he had right before the Cuban embargo. Although I don't know how he knew to stock up on Benson and Hedges. Maybe he had an inside tip on when they were going under. I think he said we had a new clip coming in, or if not, we can go to someone live here right now.
So Lane is actually on the move right now. We can go to him live in a minute. I'm trying to set up a live link with New York here in just a minute.
Okay.
Just to see what's going on there. Austin seems like it's one of the least active right now.
That's because they know what happens.
Of cops starting to make arrests in New York City right now that we have footage of the first arrest. So they're cutting that right now. So guys, if you can get me the clip of them being arrested.
Which is the clip of the, by the way, of the horses, the guys on horses.
That's probably New York or I mean, I guess LA probably has them too.
Where did we have
that? LA. It was definitely LA that had all the horses.
It was definitely LA.
Yeah.
I know Austin. They rocked the horses.
Can someone let me know, guys, where that clip was? Because I just want to show it.
I think that was in part of the montage. Yes. That was in one of our big.
Well, someone will just have to tell us. But I tell you what. Yeah. At first I thought I don't get because horses have a lower patience threshold. By the way, bring up CNN.
They do.
They have a lower patience threshold than we do. But then I thought that's why they keep horses.
That's why it's great.
Yeah, but they should turn them all to Arabian horses, just stomping every protester in style.
So there was a clip, and maybe you guys, Mission Control, if you can send this in to us. There was a clip of a guy, and this was I told him, I said, listen, they're going to try to use this, like the horses. And I'll admit that these horses were going a little feisty with the protester that was on the ground.
My smile can only go so wide.
And so, but listen. When you take into account that the horses were probably acting on their own accord because you just tried to firebomb them, you see like a line of fire explode in the background, and then you see this, and everybody's isolated the clip where it's just the protester being apprehended on the ground.
So do we have the full clip?
I'm going to ask them to send that in to us right now.
Yeah, the full clip.
Yeah, that full clip so you can see the fire. I was like, yes, of course. You just tried to kill all of
where's
them.
PETA? You can't try and firebomb a horse.
At least 4 of the horses were hurt. I don't know if they were just in that incident, but some
horses are jumpy. I won't even walk behind a horse even with my hand on it because I don't trust it.
You know what though, Stephen?
What?
All cops are bad, even the horse ones.
That's true. That makes sense.
Even the horse cops, especially the dog cops.
Yes. Well, come on.
Not all dogs go to heaven. Cop dogs go to hell.
That's true.
So we're waiting on the clip that Gerald requested. They did send in two horse clips, including the fireworks clip, but one of them is a horseback officer hitting a protester. That's pretty entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I hope it's Arabian.
Arabian officer?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. This
you can't.
Montage.
So they're firing off fireworks?
That one guy came over to hit him with the stick.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
It's a lady, dude.
Yeah, hit her harder.
No, it's a lady hitting.
Yeah, it's a lady hitting.
Yeah,
no, the dude just has a ponytail. Oh, come on, just please stomp him. Arabian Nights.
Go back to your homes.
I love it. You just want them to be stomped in style, huh?
Yeah.
And then here's
Mr.
So much better than
I've
Canada.
ruptured your spleen. And that's how it goes.
Put all female cops on horseback.
Yes, absolutely.
For it right now.
Sure. Put them on female horses too, because if they're like female dogs, the female horses, they get more jumpy.
I pissed off my mother-in-law yesterday, by the way. I picked her from the airport. We're on the way home. We're almost home.
Yeah.
There's a big car accident. And
F-A-A-T, F-A-A-T, and F-A-T-T. I'm not sure. But I wonder if you had a different variation of that.
Frecky. You call it peaceful protest. What is it?
Should I get out and help? I don't know if I should. And then I see a cop car. I go, oh, well, the cops are here. And I pull by and there's a lady. And I go, oh, but it's a lady. So maybe. And she goes, so maybe what? Okay. And I go, so maybe she needs help.
Yeah. I'd rather you not be sexist and leave her to die.
So I've got the full video of also the horses. Like you can see the fire, and then you see the horses kind of be like, "You're the one that did that, aren't you?"
Is it not that same clip?
No,
it's a different one.
You know what? There's more than one.
But do I get to see someone stomped?
A little bit.
Okay,
a little bit.
So long as I get to see the Budweiser Clydesdale just put its foot in a protester's
on
head.
our channel. So
put that on a Super Bowl commercial.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so let's see it. You have to hit your volume on. So there's the fire line that.
Okay. All right. So I'm fine with shooting them now.
Freaked out a bunch of the horses here. So everybody starts this clip later. They don't start right here. There's a horse jumping over the fire right there, and there's the person who said it. I guess that they're going after, and then right there. There's so that's what you see, and everybody's just focused on this. Like,
well, I don't see what's wrong.
Another Rodney King. Hold on, the horses are there. Like, you tried to kill us. I don't know if horses can talk. But, and then a firework goes off and scares the hell out of the horses.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's an accident. Come on.
Whack on the head.
No, yeah.
It keeps happening. It's like,
does it?
Yeah.
Please.
You prick.
Please.
And there's more hitting.
They keep lining them up.
They just, hold on, you're not done yet.
Good.
And then that one skirts around. Maybe
you made it sound like it was horrifying.
I did not. I thought it was Christmas. In fact,
yeah, but you made it sound like that's a little rough. You cock tease. I was hoping that there's an aerial shot with just a stain where the person used to be. You're launching off rockets. I don't care if it's a bottle rocket or a real rocket. Near horses.
I was hoping to see someone get back kicked in through a window.
Yeah, those horses were incredibly restrained.
I thought they did a
how is it?
We're definitely heading over to Rumble Exclusive, guys. That's my crazy cat. Yeah, we're heading over to Rumble Exclusive, guys.
Mr. Gayface.
You never know.
Where there was a standoff between the police and the protesters, and then the white shirts that you see behind me came in to de-escalate and told the officers to move back. And so the officers came back, and they're trying to now de-escalate.
Why would you do that? Why would you move back?
Yes, the officers who are in the wrong.
Yelling at the police, but for now, the police are standing back.
It says, fuck you, fascists. And you backed off?
All right, Shimon, keep us updated with what you're seeing there as we're keeping a very close eye.
Keep us updated with what you're seeing there. Please. You've piqued my curiosity, my friend.
We have a clip of an NYC arrest.
Oh, is this from our guys?
This is the first
guys. This is our exclusive? Okay, New York City arrest. Please make it more than the horse light. That was a spanking. That was role playing.
Yeah.
Hope
it's better.
Mask off!
Goodbye.